Crazy.
Sony, owners of Crunchyroll and PlayStation and Columbia Pictures and various other things, has decided to end physical disc production for all PlayStation games going forward, starting January 1st, 2028. Xbox is still doing quote unquote physical disc, but if you're on Xbox, you're not buying physical disc, you're on Game Pass. That's statistically proven based on the sales numbers. If you're on Nintendo, they are still doing cartridges for the most part. Shout out to Bethesda putting all of Oblivion Remake on the cart for its release. However, Nintendo does not want to be doing the carts as seen with the key cards, which they have already used for a couple of first-party games, mainly Pocopia. So, this is bad news all around, and obviously PC has not been physical since like 2001.
No,
Yeah.
I have not had a PC with a disk drive since I lived with my parents.
Yeah,
I miss
there
it.
were physical. I also miss I also miss disk drives and PCs, and you can like install them. They do still sell them and stuff. But I miss them being the standard.
Yeah.
There was a vibe there.
Let me burn
obviously-
mixtapes.
Yeah. So, obviously here on the podcast, Tristan and I have both been quite outspoken about physical media. Both of us primarily playing on physical outside of like Tristan's Steam library. And then I have a few digital games on all the platforms I play on just because the sales were too good. And I, just figured might as well. I'm literally not finding this game for $2 physically type shit.
I think physical
and then
media is cool.
Matt just pirates.
But like, yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be physical to be preserved, I suppose. As long as it does not require an online connection to be operated, it can be preserved on a flash drive.
Well, that's the thing. They will preserve the most recently patched version. They're not going to preserve 1.0. You know what I mean? Like
So-
I can still go back and prove that Expedition 33 had the AI textures in there, even though it's not that big of a deal. But I can go back there and
For the realm
prove it.
of Switch emulation and things like that, at least Switch and like PS3 emulation, they do have two different formats of ROM, where one is ripped directly from the game cartridge, and then one is, at least for the Switch, it's an NSD, which is just the base file of the game on release, and then you can download and apply the patch separately in the emulator. That's what I'm doing for Scarlet right now, so I can play on 3.0 instead of 4.0, because 3.0 is what the randomizer works with. But I recognize that's not the norm. I think that's only something that happens now because there isn't as easy of or as convenient of a packaging process where, like, when you emulate a Game Boy Advance game, everything is, very, very concise.
Also, isn't it one of the things with like speedrunner communities where they specifically play on certain patches because they'll play on patches that haven't patched out glitches that make the run work?
It depends on how you're speedrunning. A lot of times playing on physical hardware, you don't need to worry about it because you're playing older games. But when it comes to emulating, you almost always need to be very conscious of what version you're playing on, what system it's being emulated from, and making sure that you're playing on the physical frame rate as opposed to whatever the emulated frame rate is that your computer's trying to run. Yeah. Because like if you're playing at 60 FPS, you're essentially playing, Mario 64 at 2x speed.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I guess we can just go around the circle, explain how we're feeling about this, our thoughts, or whatever. And yeah, Tristan, how do you feel about
thoughts?
this?
Sorry for.
All right, yeah, no, you're good. Tristan, how about you?
I don't like it. Obviously, I'm not a big fan. I'm a huge fan of physical collecting, and it's one of those things where I really hope the collectors come together and at least get limited runs. Because this is kind of reminding me of back when we first started getting Blu-ray and we started getting the internet codes that came with all the Blu-ray, and then people were talking about we're not going to have physical DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever for movies and TV shows. Everything's just going to be digital codes. And then we ran into the problems of licensing and how people would buy digital products and how whatever platform they bought said digital products on would then lose the licensing, which means that you then lost the product. And they're like, well, what is it? You're not actually buying said thing. You're just buying the rights to use said thing while we have it. And it's like, well, like, fuck that. Like, nah.
No,
And I think like I don't know. I think that's why physical media has been having such a big resurgence over the last 5 years, and it's getting back to where it was. Because like, let's be real. Like, yes, I was collecting vinyl back in high school, but it was much more niche than it is now. Like, you didn't have fucking Walmart and Target with fucking vinyl sections.
No, now you're the old head with the hacky sack in the park that everybody's kind of congregating around.
Yeah. And so like it's nice to see that everything is. That's another really good example right there.
What is that, like Smash Bros or something?
Kind of. It's a Jump Force. It's the people that run Shonen Jump, that company, every now and again they'll make like fighting games, including all the Shonen Jump characters. In this game, I had a lot of fun with it. Not a very good game. Very modern, as you can see, PS4, like within the last 13 years. You can't buy it anymore.
No, it's been delisted from all platforms. Yeah.
So, like, things like this are like important to have.
Yeah, Try like, finding fucking Madden 08 somewhere.
Try that. Try finding Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 or 2. You can
try finding 3. Fucking NBA 2K like 16.
Yeah, like these are. Yeah, like these are. Sorry to cut you off. I just was looking for it.
No, you're good.
I mean, you're right though. It's one of those things where like the other day, actually, I'm really, really proud of her. Eileen came in and she was going off on a tangent and wrapped it all up with, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. And I didn't have any influence on her at all in like glorifying piracy. I just provide the method for her to watch TV shows and movies and whatnot that she wants to whenever accessible. But
yeah,
she's very organically, at least through her own streaming community, she's very organically kind of had her eyes open to like the ugliness of the video game business side of things.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's not even just video games. It's all media.
No, it's like all media now, yeah.
Yeah. Like they're like, because they're one of the primary like Blu-ray manufacturers. They're just not making Blu-ray discs.
Yeah.
Like for
I
anything.
just think the big one is like online service games or whatever, or live service games that get like shut down or whatever when they have no need to have been live service at all, is one of those things where I think that's one of the most prevalent examples of the whole buying isn't owning.
Yeah.
I agree with this. I have pretty conflicted feelings about this because I don't want to move to PC where I would have the most secure rights over my digital purchases at all. I know. Get out of here, Sidious. You're not even my favorite Sith. But also, I get from the business side why they would do this, because like less than 25% of all games sold last year were physical, like which is more than I thought it would be. But like that's and that's not an insubstantial number. Like 1/5 is not an insubstantial number.
No, and I also feel like I'm a bit hypocritical here in the sense that like, yeah, I don't really buy new video games. Like, yeah, I'll buy like a couple of things on Steam, but I'm not as big of a gamer as I used to be, and I actually feel kind of bad about it. Honestly, it's just the League addiction. I feel like if I uninstalled League from my computer, I would fix my brain to where I could actually focus on a story-oriented game without getting 3 hours in
It's
and
a
being
whole-
like, I don't like this.
I have a
it's
side
a
tangent, but
whole
I'm
new
not going to
world.
go too deep on it.
I can't
You said
explain my
fixing your brain, and there was a stream the other day that I watched where Northern Lion and Ludwig were playing Slay the Spire 2 with haptic vests on, where like it would provide physical feedback whenever you'd like take damage or like get healed. And Northern Lion the entire time was talking about how like I think it's fixing me. I think it's making me normal, like a weighted blanket. And I'm just sitting here like, maybe that's the kind of autism I have. Maybe I need a haptic vest that'll just buzz when people talk to me through a microphone.
For me, I get it. It's the fast action dopamine hits, and it's ruined other games for me. And
Yeah,
so
live service games are a problem.
yeah,
Like they're fun and stuff, but they're a big problem, which is part of why they're doing this. But yeah, I because I do actively buy new games. I have like 5 games on pre-order right now. Oh no, you shouldn't pre-order your games, motherfucker. If you know that the game is going to be of quality and
Uh-oh.
you like that studio or like that property, just order the game. Like
true.
Like, I know Insomniac's not going to let me down. I'm pretty sure the X Witcher 3 devs aren't going to let me down based on how people talk about The Witcher 3. I am taking a chance on Game Freak because of Dog. And then I know for a fact Fable's not going to let me down. This shit's been cooking too long. And the Forza Horizon game, completely different genre. It's the same studio that makes that. People love these games. So they know how to make a good game. And then Persona 4 is Persona 4.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I already know that's going to be good. I just want all the Persona games on disc so I can have a nice little Persona collection. I think that'd be cute to have the blue, yellow, red. So like I'm not pre-ordering like shit I don't trust in or things that I know aren't going to be of quality. And of course whenever I get the new game, I take my PS5 offline, put in the disc, and check if it downloads. If it doesn't download, the game's not on the disc, and then I'm upset. And then I, know that I didn't buy a fucking game. I bought a license. But like 8 out of 10 times, they just download. Like they just download the whole game, and it
It's
takes
actually
like
crazy. I never actually thought about putting it offline and then downloading it. That's crazy.
Yeah, because if you have it online while you're downloading it, it's going to automatically apply the patches. So even whenever I like go back and like play certain games, I don't want to play like the patched version of them. So like when I go back to play Expedition 33 at some point, I don't know if I'm going to do the patch version or not, because I kind of do want to play the DLC. But like I'd like to run through it again in its base form, just to try to see if I can do some of those crazy numbers you were able to get back then. I don't patch the Persona games. Those work fine, including the SMT game. I didn't patch my Metal Gear stuff, but I'll probably patch it now because they updated it and now they apparently run better. So I'll check that out. So like there is, you can check if it's actually on the disc by yourself. But then on the other hand, like I don't know if piracy isn't stealing because technically you are stealing the intellectual property. And I just kind of don't want to have to pirate things. Like I like that it's an option. I like that it's a lot easier to do, but I don't want that. And I know that that's not the right answer here. And there
So
has to be a better way.
I find that IP theft only really counts if you're monetizing it.
This is true. That is when
It's like I'm
it
not going to
is,
get in trouble
taken to
for
court.
watching the NFL through somebody's living room window outside of the part where I'm looking in through their window. It has nothing to do with the NFL.
Yeah, that's sus. Yeah, that's sus. But I guess there's a better way for me to word that, but I don't know. The piracy option feels reactionary. Though the longer that this has continued over the past 15 years, it seems like the correct choice. But maybe it's the optimist in me, but I don't know if it's the right choice in the long run.
They
like there
are
has to be a way
retroactively justifying it by being
consistently
cringe
justifying
about it.
like consistently justifying the piracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I'm just saying there has to be a better way than all this. Like I don't know how we get the mega corporations to listen to us. I don't know how we get the government to take us seriously on this.
It's the biggest thing is we as buyers have to show the mega corporations like, hey, if you're going to do this, then we won't spend our money with you. But we're in such a consumer dominated, like people are gonna keep doing it. It's just
I mean, I knew it was lost whenever there was the Call of Duty boycott. And then the day Call of Duty came out, like everybody in the boycott was playing the new Call of Duty. Like I knew that's when it was over. Like
no, but you don't understand. Over. The new Call of Duty is going to have a different celebrity's face in it.
You mean the game you were boycotting and were actively boycotting because you didn't like the changes, and this was like your one chance to show you didn't like the changes?
Hey, I didn't play the Call of Duty game.
I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2. I'm just saying that's when I knew it was lost. Though? And then it was really hammered in that it was lost. When Grand Theft Auto came out and said, hey, we'll sell you the game for $80.
We're gonna,
no disc.
We're going to be openly hypocritical, by the way, when we play Halo Campaign Evolved.
That's the other one I have pre-ordered.
Like, we're definitely still playing it. It's just we're acknowledging well in advance that a lot of the things Microsoft is doing right now are not just bad business, but they are morally not justifiable.
I mean that, yeah.
Anyways, we're also going to play Halo Campaign Evolved.
Pre-ordered, but like, I'm not boycotting Microsoft. I'm just very selective about their games that I want to play. The games from Microsoft that I want to play are the games from Microsoft that I played when I was from the ages of 10 to 16. And that is Halo, Fable, Viva Pinata. What am I getting?
Guacamelee.
Halo, Fable, no Viva Pinata. No, because Guacamelee is not Viva Pinata. Viva Pinata is like Animal Crossing, but it's with Pinata animals. It's so fucking good.
Is also good. It's like Battletoads, but from the 2010s.
I know what Guacamelee is. I'm saying I want Viva Pinata.
I was saying to include it in your list of things that we played on Xbox.
No. Well, I didn't play that. I played Castle Crashers. I played the Batman Arkham games, which I got again.
Tell me why nobody will fucking play Castle Crashers with me.
Because it's like 20 years old.
No, it's fun.
I agree. I agree with you that it's fun. I agree. I'm not saying that it's not fun. But what I am saying is we need to Viva Pinata one back. But and I agree. A lot of the stuff Microsoft is doing, has done, and the layoffs that will be coming this upcoming week from Microsoft will be awful. And I'm sorry to see you go, Double Fine Games. I really fuck with Brutal Legend, Double Fine game, which I played on Xbox.
Remember the first time Brutal Legends came out?
It only came out once.
Didn't it have like a resurgence where like it came out and then they had to like re-release it like 10 years later or some shit?
No, it's just now that we're 10 years later, people are hitting it with the nostalgia factor, being like, "Hey, you remember this game?"
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking of Lollipop Chainsaw because that did actually get a remaster.
Maybe I just remember seeing like way back, like fucking like Jesse Cox, like back in the fucking like Cataclysm World of Warcraft days, playing Brutal Legends as like look at this cool upcoming game.
Crazy name blast, but yeah,
it's been fucking wow.
Brutal Legend goated game. I would love for that to be remastered, but they can't because licensing. That's a big thing. It's a big reason why a lot of old games will not be remade is
with the Nemesis system. Fucking everybody up.
They did not. Well, they did not use the Nemesis system in that.
No. Yeah, Warner Brothers had the Nemesis system in the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games, and because they don't want to do games anymore, they're just going to sit on that very, very good piece of technology. or piece of software that would benefit a ton of other games in the industry, and just kind of let it rot.
Nemesis system would go hard in the Ghost franchise, by the way. Really would. Or some form of it. But anyways, yeah, so I would, and I signed the petition that Matt talked about. That's simply not enough people.
No,
I haven't checked
realistically,
on it,
not only is it not enough people, it's also seemingly too late. Apparently Sony's already reconfigured their factory floors or something, where they're not even going to be physically producing discs outside of these specific need cases for the new releases.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much I'm just gonna be buying all my games on disc and only playing games made before 2028, I guess. Yeah. Until I, decide to join the dark side.
Yeah, spend $2,000, Alex. Join a PC club.
It seems so tedious just to play a fucking video game.
Kinda.
Just to play a game PC seems so tedious.
I mean,
that's not
Jakey might have been cooking when he said you can just download the Steam OS. And then you don't have to do all the computer stuff. It'll just take you into your game page or your game library ready to go. Especially considering Steam.
This game doesn't like my graphics card. Inevitably, that's going to happen. That's not a worry on the console. You know what I mean?
It is.
I just have to worry about my console breaking. Which, it's extra bad for me because I can't even look on the fucking PlayStation Store on my PlayStation. I get booted out after 5 minutes. I don't know why. It's been happening since May. Since 2 system updates ago. It's super weird.
Red Ring of Death, man.
No, it works fine. It's working great, actually. She's putting in hella time.